6. What the hell? Happy New Year. I hope you had a beautiful Christmas and a gorgeous New Year. And I hope you are so excited, inspired, and ready to come along some incredible podcasts that I have ready for this year. We've got the year laid out. We're excited. We're refreshed. And I know you might be coming into this episode. You might be a little bit hesitant. Maybe this is like something that you're getting into this year where you want to listen and come along. I like to keep it real. I like my guest story to be authentic. I love mine to just be who I am. I don't have any filters, no fonts. What you see is what you get. And today's episode, and the first episode of season 6, which is all about rewriting your own story, starting off the new year the way you mean to go on. And let's talk about questioning ourselves, recognizing yourself, knowing that I don't have to live my life because this is the way we say it should. This is the timeline that I should be on. If everyone else is doing it, I should be doing it. My podcast, if you are new here, is all about rewriting your norm, rewriting your story, living your life on your own terms and not on traditional norms that you're told to do it this way or that way. It is all about what you want to do, and it's about lighting that spark inside you, whether you're a male, whether you're a female. It is about really igniting what you have inside and just being yourself. And if you're here a while, you will know staying true to yourself and being authentic has been something that I've done since the very beginning. So let's dive straight in and let's actually talk about the year of the horse. And what is the year of the horse? So it's obviously associated with full steam ahead, inspiration, motivation, independence, movement, and truth. And the year of the snake was last year. And you know what? It's so funny because it really does make sense. It's about shedding old stories, breaking patterns, like cycles and things that have ended, that come to a close, and you're really like death and rebirth in this new chapter. And that can mean very different things for everyone. It could be to do with your career, it might be to do with relationships, friendships, the next level of your life, it might be with a family, like whatever it is like the next level and the version of you. And it encourages breaking from restrictions, taking and pushing outside your comfort zone. You don't do old roles. Like, that's why I love that it's like literally linked with my podcast and the name, and then obviously rewriting your story today. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello. And I'm sure you're wondering in the background, maybe I have my Uncle Des's photo here. And you know what, every time I moved, I was like, no, I'm not gonna crop him out, like it's part of it. And his journey and who he was and his legacy and everything that he done, I was like, you know what, it just fits so perfectly with the podcast and some of the guests as well that I have lined up. So yeah, in case you're wondering, here you go. So let's dive straight in. So with this year, I do feel like, especially with the year of the horse and a lot of research that I've done on it too, you cannot carry old stories in with you. You can't really carry habits that you have been doing and expect a different result, things that you've been telling yourself, maybe people that are in your life as well, energetically too. There's so many different things that you do need to make sure, like, be ready for a transformation is what they're saying. Like, be ready for like takeoff mode, because this new chapter is literally all about that, like stepping into the new, pushing outside that comfort zone and like trottling ahead like a horse. So can we please get into the podcast? Can you take out a pen and paper? If you're walking, if you're listening, take out your notes. Let's start with a little bit of an intention. So before we get into the episode for 2026, I want to have a lot of episodes that are going to either have a journaling prompt underneath. There's going to be a lot over on the Instagram page for It's a Man's World as well, where I'm going to be giving out a lot of free value. I'm going to be giving out prompts. So make sure you are following that page over there. If you're not following, you won't be able to see it and I won't be able to receive your message too. So just make sure you click follow, and then I'll be able to send you over anything that I am sharing. But for an intention and something that you want to maybe set for this episode is what stays and what changes this year. So what in your life do you want to stay, and what changes do you want to make? Because those stories that you're telling yourself and those things and the way you had been living to now, if you do want to see a change, which is why you're probably here on this episode right now, is something that you need to write down, and you need to be truthful about it to yourself. They can be really small things, but what right now needs to stay and what will stay, and then what needs to change. And I'll give you a few seconds to just write them down and like give yourself a little bit of time. Or if you're driving and you're listening, like think about whatever it is that comes to you. I don't like to give people the answers. I like you to kind of think about it yourself. I also have a listener reflection prompt down here. So, what story am I ready to stop repeating? Like, what is it? And you're like, no, I keep saying that. I keep saying that. I need to stop that. And what new narrative do you want to live this year? Like, who do you want to be? Like, who are you if you don't know who you are? Like, when you ask those two questions, what story am I ready to stop repeating? And what new narrative do I want to live this year? Like, who are you? Like, what way is your story going? Because you've got the pen to every page, but it's up to you to decide on what you want to do with that. Okay? All right, let's dive straight in. So, I love to look at limits and beliefs and things that we tell ourselves. And the reason I say that is because when we're rewriting the story, a lot of people are like, I don't even know like where to really start. I don't really know who I am. But limits and beliefs are something that we create in our mind, which is very, very hard to get rid of, because the mind will tell you a million and one reasons why not to do something, why you can't do something, why you should do something, or why you should live a certain way. But I do feel like your limits and beliefs right now, if you could think about them, write them down. Like, I'd never be able to earn that money. I can't travel. I have this. I wouldn't be able to do that job. I don't have the degree. I can't do this. I can't do that. Like, there's so many things that you're telling yourself right now. And it's probably just a story that you've heard from someone else that doesn't even make sense or align, because there's so many ways to get around it. And I always say, where there is a will, there is a way. If God and the universe is story, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, if faith or not, whatever you want to do, if it will be, it will be. And if you really want something, you will get it. Okay? And I am a firm believer on that. I am a testament to that. And I urge you right now, when you're listening to the podcast, like, go bigger, like, go after your dreams, get excited, like, live life to the fullest, and think about those beliefs that you're holding yourself back with. And right away you might just be like, I don't really have any, but you definitely do. Even that's a limiting belief. Like, I can't even think about anything right now. That's not something that's even in my mind. Think about what's going on right now in your life. And then we look at confidence. And the reason I put limits and beliefs and then I put confidence is, like, a lot of people and a lot of women that I speak to, whether it's in the fit coach Rossi and joining the community and wanted to transform their mind, their body, soul, or if it's in the mentorship, there's two different things right now that, like, when people don't have the confidence to build a business, if they don't have the confidence to step inside the gym, they are part of your story, and that's why your story isn't going the way you might have wanted it to. And you know what, life does that as well. Like, you never know what's around the corner. You don't really know what next week, never mind tomorrow, is gonna hold. But ask yourself, like, when you're rewriting this story right now, are you living life to the fullest? Like, what needs to be let go this year that, like, brought you to the podcast today? Like, why are you sitting down to write this? Like, what is it that you're telling yourself? Like, there's absolutely no way I'm doing more of that. There's absolutely, I need to stop this right now. I need to really do the things that I'm saying. Because when you can let go of those stories that once protected you or got you to this point, because that's shaping you to who you are right now, and it's a big part of your journey, acknowledge it, love it, see it. But, like, what do you want next, and what's above that limit that you thought was even possible? So when you align your personal truth and what you want, and really deep down what you want, not what your family wants, not what your boyfriend wants you to do, not what your partner wants, what do you want? Because this is why when we're on a podcast and an episode like this, you should have a spark, and you should be like, after this episode, like, holy shit, that got me fired up, that got me going. Some people don't even share podcasts that they listen to because they don't want other people to hear. And I used to be one of those people where I'm like, no, I'm getting ahead. It's like everyone can also feed and win. And it's like, when you share, you also receive something back, because a lot of people will say, thank you for that, I needed to hear that today. So you really don't know the impact that you're making. So share it with someone that, and not just for me, but share it with someone that may need to, like, rewire a few things that we all do at some stage. And there's a lot of questions, I'm sure, that you're thinking right now, like, why would I need to rewire? Why would I need to let these things go? Like, I'm not attached to any of those. No, you are. Like, even the fact that you're saying that, and the compassion and love that you have for yourself should be on a next level, that you want to grow, you want to rewrite the story, you want to get excited with your next chapter, where you're going, and you want to be you want to have a path at least that you can see for the first at least 3 months of the year, with like your vision, your goals, where you're going full throttle ahead. Because remember, if you have a map on and you don't know where you're going and it's blinded, you're going to end up at whatever destination. So that's exactly like your life. If you don't have any direction, if you don't have a purpose, next week's episode as well, by the way, is all about your why. And that's something, that's why I'm doing limiting beliefs right now. I'm doing your confidence, your goals, your truth, the movement of where you're going, and it will lead into next week's episode. Everything has a pattern, by the way, for January, so make sure you're staying on top, turn on those notifications. But when we have stories that we carry, someone else in the back, our hands are tied, and someone else is writing our story. Okay, what way you should do things, how you should live, who you should marry, what time you should be married by. Like you're 30, you should have kids, have you got the mortgage, the house, bullshit, right? That is beautiful. That is part of it. If that's your journey and if that's what you really, really love and it fulfills you. I have so many friends and girls that are so happy with where they are, with their house, with the kids and everything. And it's just so gorgeous to see. But if that's not what you want right now and it's pressure on you at a certain age, I hear so many girls are like 25, like I have 5 years like to find a husband, like get it. I'm like, whoa, like said who? Like, and they were like, well, like that's normally what people do, but for me, if you know me, I'm a crazy bitch. And I don't live life by anyone's terms. I live it on my terms, my life, and what I want to do, where I want to go, where I want to live. And that's what sets me different. And that's why you're here today and why you're listening. Because sometimes when I'm doing podcasts like this, a lot of people want the feeling or the excitement and the thrill that I have for my life every day for yourself. So when you're looking for an answer within me, what is it inside of you that you need it for? Because my answer is my answer. My truth is my truth. What I want and how I feel, you will never know. Even if you think inside my head, it's never what will make you fully happy. So that's why I urge you today to like go deep on yourself. Like sit down with a pen and paper and be like, you know what, like that's true. I need to do this. I need to drop that fear. I've had this for so many years. I don't really know any different. And you know what? It's exciting at the start to do that, but it's really scary because when a part of you has to die and another part of you is ready to be like nearly born again, it's scary because it's the identity that you're like, I don't really know who that person is. I don't really know if that's me. And it's like, that's okay as well, because that's the journey. That's the exciting part as well. Okay. So when you were thinking about those things, I want you to write them down, obviously, and just like carry them into the next part of the podcast. Because when we let go, it means that we're leveling up a little bit. Okay, we're letting go of things, people, as I said, those beliefs, and we are choosing our truth, which will in the long term make you happier. But right now in the short term, letting go is hard. It's hard to let go of things that you thought that's all you knew. It's hard to let go of people that you know aren't serving you any good, things that drain you. And when I say that, it's because like you do need to be selfish in life. You do need to put yourself forward. You do have to love yourself first before you can love anyone else. And I think when we start a new year, it's so exciting, it's so refreshing. But by the end of this month, people start to fade off. There won't be as many listeners. You might pick them back up in end of February. But like, can you be consistent for yourself with your story? Is what I'm saying. I'm not even talking about the gym, food, nothing like that. What about with you? What is your story this year? Like journaling and something is something I really want to do. Okay, well, why do you give up after 3 days? And why are you not keeping those things? And then wonder why you're feeling off skewer or why you're not feeling as good as what you had been. It's like, girls, the answer is there. Your things that make you feel connected, the things that make you feel really good, you let those things go. You drop them because you're always on this wheel of living life on someone else's job time, someone else's schedule, and you have to like bring it back to yourself. Like, what makes you feel really good? Pour into your cup before anyone else and before the day starts. Really, really, really important. Okay, aligning yourself with this story. Okay, trying to make sure I word this right, that you understand it. First of all, you have to be bold. First of all, you have to be courageous. And maybe right now you're like, I'm neither of those things. That's all right. But I want you to think about this right now. Courage is vulnerability. Vulnerability is power. Anyone that's stepping into the unknown, anyone that wants to drop some things that you're writing down right now with that pen to paper, things that are going through your head right now if you're driving. Maybe you're on the Stairmaster after Christmas and you're punishing yourself after all the foods. Are they all things right now that need to go? Are they things that are limiting you? What are you doing right now that are the same patterns? Because when you can identify the pattern and you're in the cycle, you can break the cycle. But you cannot break the cycle of whatever it is right now that you're relating this to if you are not in the cycle. Okay, so the fact that you're in it is the first step. The fact that you're addressing it, let's give it a well done, because you cannot change it if you're not in it. Okay, so that's the first thing. So that's a good thing, because some people are probably judging themselves right now and being like, yeah, like that's me right now, like I'm listening, I'm running around, blah blah blah. That's a good thing. All right, so don't beat yourself up. It is a good thing. And being vulnerable means you might get hurt. Being vulnerable means you might lose a lot of things, but that also means you will grow. And again, that page and that chapter that you were writing, that may get scrapped in the bin. And that's scary for a lot of people, because what you thought the way your life would go and it didn't, if that isn't the way it's meant to, if that's not the way it's going right now, you are literally like, I thought my life would have been like this, and you cannot accept where you are right now. But the great thing is you can change it, right? You don't have to just say, well, that's just how my life kind of went, and like I didn't really have a choice. You always have a choice from this moment right now. Okay, whatever has happened in your past, or whatever happened in 2025, and maybe it wasn't a great year for you, maybe it was an amazing year for you, and you're wondering like, will momentum be able to keep up for me now? Like, am I going to have a really bad 2026 before it even starts? Do not tell yourself those things either. Okay, you can still have momentum. Everyone's going to have those bumps along the road, especially throughout the year. Of course, it's normal. We're humans. We learn, we grow from these things. But it's like, when we can really look at these things and write them down, it makes a big difference to the next chapter or the next line of what you're writing. But don't give the pen to someone else when it's your story. I've never, ever, ever handed over the pen to anyone else. I've kind of held my own pen back a little bit sometimes and not wrote down on my story what I was doing or where I was going, because I was scared that it'd be taken back off me, or I was scared that maybe people would judge me or see these things in me and blah, blah, blah. But like, the truth that it is like, I have done so much work in the last couple of years that, especially in the last year, I don't care if my truth doesn't suit you, if my norm isn't your norm and I'm mad and this and that. I don't care. Okay, you're valid to your opinion, and that's cool. I'm valid to mine. My truth is my truth, whether you like it or not, whether I like yours or not, whether I agree with it. It's like, can we just drop all of that this year and just let other people do what they want to do, and let their story and their book be something that when you flip over the page, you're like, wow, I didn't know that happened. I didn't know that this is what you done in order to get there, because your story is going to spark people. It's going to inspire people. It's going to make your life, the people around you that you love, better people. So think of everything as a positive. And a lot of people are like, oh God, the thought about that. In your subconscious, you might be thinking it. But as we bring this episode to a close, and I'm encouraging you with confidence right now in my voice and the new year, and with this clarity that you are moving forward this year. We're not staying stuck. You're joining me for the year. Please, please, please get involved. Tag me. Let me know if you're joining in. Let me know if you're liking these episodes, because I can bring you more. I can like put more things on that are gonna help as well. And the more you learn, the more you grow as well. So just let me know. But as we bring the episode to a close, and like what I like to do every single episode is give a little bit of value at the end. Okay, so the value today is, I'm going to give you a journaling prompt, okay? Pen to paper, but I want you to do it in your own time. And don't just say as well that you're going to do it. Do it, okay? Come back to this episode on these minutes, at 20 minutes, bang on the button and write these questions out. And reflect on them, feel them, get a pen and paper if you're unsure about what to put into that gorgeous new journal that someone got you, that head planner this year. Write these down, okay? Number 1, what story about myself have I been carrying that no longer feels true? What story about myself have I been carrying that no longer feels true? There's those limiting beliefs. Get them out on paper, get them down. When did I start believing it? And what was it protecting me from at that time? Because we're always doing it because we're scared. It's always just like an energy frequency. It's just fear. It's just we're scared. So, what was it protecting me from at that time? That would be your answer there. As I rewrite this story for 2026, what would I keep and what am I releasing? Okay. Your resilience, your determination, love, kindness, generosity, so many different things that you can keep, that you love about yourself, that you love about what happened this year, that you learned from yourself. What are you keeping? And who are you becoming? By the end of January, there won't be much progress. It's just 1 month. But this time, 2027, when you sat down with your pen and paper and you gave yourself that time, you said, enough is enough. I deserve 5 minutes of my time. I deserve to give love and give back to myself. Who are you? How does she carry herself? What way does she walk into a room? What's she wearing? How does her body look? How does it feel? What way do you look at yourself in the mirror? What foods do you eat? How do you feel mentally, spiritually? Are you connected with yourself? Is your body feeling good? There's so many different things that that person, that woman or man, if you're listening, can feel. And your final question, to write this down. In this new chapter, my story, I choose to move forward believing that and finish it. In this new chapter of my story, I choose to move forward believing that. And I'm going to say the first thing that comes to my mind. Anything is possible once you believe. Anything is possible once you believe. In yourself, that is. So let whatever comes up be enough. Please don't compare to me. Let it be your story. Let it be for you. Don't compare yourself to what other people are writing or what other people are saying. You are not rushing your story. Don't rewrite or think that this is the way it should be. You're just simply choosing the direction of your next step, where you want to go, and you've got free guidance, free advice like this on a podcast, on an episode. You're joining in. Like, get involved, reach out to me, let me know how you feel. I want this to be an interactive season where you're like, wow, that has literally changed my life. Because everything you want is on the inside, but once you get it out and once you stay strong and true to it, it's going to be hard along the way. There's going to be challenges this year, but when you've got yourself and when you learn from them and when your perspective and mindset has literally just evolved like a butterfly from a caterpillar into this gorgeous butterfly, it just lifts away and you're like, okay, next thing. And if it happens again, you just know how to handle it. So make your book something that when someone opens it or they watch it up on a big screen and they're sitting cozy with popcorn, they're like, wow, that story was amazing. That's how you should live your life. Not just, it's another day, it's just another week, all this new year. Don't be that person. You don't have to be that person. You're choosing to be that person because of what you hear, what you know, your mindset. But I'm telling you to listen to this again. Go back, write those questions out, feel it. Take it into the bath, take a pen and paper out, light a candle. There's so many things that you can do. But from my heart to yours, I wish you the most successful, blessed, abundant 2026 and year ahead that you could ever imagine. And cheers. And thank you for joining me, because you're not ready for what I've got planned. And I really hope that you enjoyed it. It would mean a lot if you could share, give it a little thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube too. We'll have 2 vlogs out there a week, one midweek, one weekend, and a podcast. So I'm going full steam ahead. I'm ready to support you. I'm ready to inspire you. I want to show that what you can do is possible. It's just like your time, your values, the things that you want, where you're going with things. But I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I'm excited to see how your story or where your story goes in 2026. And it is a pleasure to be helping, inspiring, and just hopefully seeing you blossom along the way. So thank you for listening. And I will see you next week on season 2 for your why being your superpower. Thank you.